and the resumption of science by Wednesday, January 29th. Again, that date is preliminary and subject to change. Drew Morgan will be the first out of the hatch this morning, followed by Luca Parmitano. Again, Morgan as EV1 in the suit bearing the red stripes, and Parmitano, EV2, in the suit bearing no stripes. Once the crew gets outside and over to their respective work sites, we'll begin getting helmet camera views. Another way to distinguish the spacewalkers will be through those helmet camera numbers. Morgan will have helmet camera number 20, and Parmitano will have helmet camera number 18. Now, just under 5 minutes into today's spacewalk, we're getting our first views of Drew Morgan coming outside the hatch.
We have got my large hook, the one labeled airlock, the closed slider lock, black on the forward green.
Okay.
Set a point rather.
So that's a good config. You can go ahead and put Luca's safety tether on the aft ring.
Yeah. And I've got B2's large hook to the aft ring, a closed slider lock, black on black.
Okay, that gives Luca a go to release his waist tether. We need the MLI bag. And Drew, are you picking up both the APFR and the whiff extender, or are you guys splitting those up?
We're splitting them up, and Luca will take the APFR. Hey, Luca, as you make your way out, I'm on the forward side and getting in position to receive the bag. Here's the bag. Let me know when you have a right on it. Copy.
"15 minutes into the spacewalk today, the final in a series of 4 spacewalks to repair the alpha magnetic spectrometer. First order of business for Drew Morgan this morning will be to make his way over to the Canadarm2 robotic arm, which will be operated by NASA astronaut Christina Cook. Morgan will set up an articulating portable foot restraint, or APFR by its acronym, which you'll hear throughout the day. He'll place his booted feet in that APFR, and he will be maneuvered around the station toward the starboard 3 truss work site. Meanwhile, Parmitano will head to the work site to get it ready for Morgan's arrival. Once Morgan arrives to the work site, he'll peel back the MLI, or multi-layer insulation, exposing the 2 fittings, and use the visual leak indicators to verify that they are leak tight. Parmitano will then check 6 fittings at the VSB worksite, which is the vertical support beam where the cooling lines are housed, while Morgan is maneuvered to the zenith side of the alpha magnetic spectrometer to remove the mud cap and shower cap to expose the new radiator system. Parmitano and Morgan will also work together to install an MLI, multi-layer insulation tent, underneath the AMS pump system to close out the former debris shield worksite. Assuming the 8 leak checks go well and the multi-layer insulation is installed, the crew will begin cleaning up the work site. Once the Canadarm2 robotic arm is deconfigured and all the tools have been stowed, if the crew has any remaining time, they'll perform some get-ahead tasks, including filter removals and battery get-aheads to prepare for future EVAs.
It's your call whether you want to do the safety tether first or get the whiff extender and APFR in first.
I think it's going to be a little easier to do the, go ahead and do the whiff extender. All our tethers are very deconfigured. Everything looks clean, and so far everything looks completely separated. And I'm right behind you. I'm right at your feet. Roger.
And Drew, the SSRMS brakes are on. Your go for APFR and with extender setup.
Copy that. In my mind, I was just about to call you. I'm about to install the whip extender.
Copy.
And, James, you can read me the settings for the APFR. I can do that for Drew, I think.
Sounds good. You'll be looking for Fox, Fox, Fox 12. Okay, Luca, you can go get the MLI bag.
Copy. All right, Drew. I'll be back in a minute. Copy.
Clocking of 6.
6 as well.
A-firm, 6.
I see it. I see black on black. It is clocking at 12. Black on black. Full twist. Check the lip extender one more time. Black on black.
Now 22 minutes into today's spacewalk, Drew Morgan is doing work to get set up in an articulating portable foot restraint, or APFR by its acronym. He'll place his booted feet in that APFR and he'll be maneuvered around the station toward the starboard 3 truss work site. Christina Cook at the controls of the robotic arm today that Drew Morgan will get set up in, and she reported just moments ago that the Canadarm2 is ready for Andrew Morgan to get set up.
Let us know if you put it somewhere else.
You can stop motion in 3, 2, 1. Stop motion.
Okay, that's motion stopped. And are you happy with that position?
Yep, I think we'll be good. So
Gotcha.
good here. And GCA.
Copy, GCA complete. Brakes are on. Your go for APFR ingress.
Copy, brakes are on. Go for ingress. And one more time, the APFR settings that we're expecting.
So 6, Fox, Fox, Fox 12.
Okay. Okay, we get motion.
Copy.
The Canadarm2 is now in motion, taking Drew Morgan to his respective work site on the starboard 3 truss. Christina Cook at the controls of the Canadarm2 robotic arm today as she maneuvers Drew Morgan over to his work site where the alpha magnetic spectrometer is located. Cook is in the final stretch of her long-duration mission and currently sits in 8th place on the U.S. astronaut all-time endurance list. Cook returns to Earth on February 6th and will land in 7th place on the U.S. astronaut all-time endurance list, with the record for the longest single spaceflight by a woman, which she acquired on December 28th, passing former record holder Peggy Whitson.
All right, Luca, we see you've been working away on your nest. Once you're all set up there, the next thing for us to talk about is your access for the VSD leak checks. And you know I've got some potential APFR settings for you if you want to try doing it from the APFR.
let me here look at the site. And go ahead and let's do the APFR setup, yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you the suggested settings.
Yeah, copy. Luke and I were talking about that. We're calling that the backside of the IPA was
And Drew, this is Christina. That's position hold. Stand by while we set up for the next.
A view now of the Canadarm2 robotic arm, which will maneuver Drew Morgan over to his respective work site.
Okay, I have back mic, and I did check if the button can be depressed.
Okay, good check, Luca.
Again, if everything goes as planned, Sunday, tomorrow, we'll complete the filling of the thermal control loop with CO2, then allow the system to stabilize. Monday, January 27th, the first pump will be powered on, which will allow it to filter out any debris in the system. The tracker will also be turned on that day. Then on Tuesday, January 28th, verification of the other 3 pumps to verify proper operation will begin. And finally, on Wednesday, January 29th, is when the teams expect to be receiving good scientific data again.
Get caught up to you here.
Okay, and as soon as I open the VLI, I have red showing on number 5. Luke, I'm going to start to become visible to you. Copy, Drew.
And Drew, that's position hold. Stand by while we set for the next.
Copy, position hold.
Now 49 minutes into today's spacewalk, the International Space Station is flying 270 statute miles above the Pacific Ocean.
All of it.
Okay, all the way to the VLI and fully open, and then back fully closed cycled.
Okay, and based on what you did inside Space Station with the trainer, it looks like it's going all the way open?
Going all the way open means going all the way closed.
All right, thanks. Okay, what do you got for letter number alignment?
I have Bravo 8.
Okay, so the way we think we left it was in between Bravo 1 and 8. Does that line up, Bravo?
I agree. That's the correct. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I didn't know how to call it, but yeah, that's what I see.
Okay, Bravo 1-8. Okay, so what we're going to tighten to, Luca, is Bravo 2-1, Bravo 21.
Copy. Bravo 2-1. I'm opening up the main handle, the AAS handle.
Yeah, and so
Andrew, that's position hold. Stand by while we set up the
install
next.
the wrench, and then we're going to loosen the VLI handle all the way to soft stop, and then tighten one turn.
copy. And up with a wrench stalled. Motion.
Copy.
Clearances.
Meter to go.
Copy. Motion for clearance.
Andrew, this is the published Nader worksite position. And would you like to go ahead and flown to the as-flown Nader position from before?
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Underneath that area, and so we don't have a concern based on what you said. Does that make sense to you?
It does. Yes, I guess the original inner layer is definitely there, intact and covering everything. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Yep. Good call. We're happy with that.
Andrew, that completes that motion. Your next motion is going to be about a quarter meter zenith, which is body in for you.
Copy.
Starting motion.
Motion.
Just to recap some milestones so far, Drew Morgan completed the leak inspections at the Nader worksite and found no leaks. Luca Parmitano tightened the connection on the leaking tube that he found, starting the 1-hour dwell clock, after which it will be re-inspected. Luca Parmitano also completed the remaining VSB, or vertical support beam tube inspections, and found no additional leaks. The crew is currently waiting for the clock to run out in just under 20 minutes from now, when they can re-evaluate the tube that Parmitano tightened. If the tube shows a slight sliver of red, Parmitano will tighten the tube again, and if it's more than a sliver, the crews will re-evaluate how to proceed. The complexity of these AMS repairs and the initial expectations for its full restoration, which is anticipated after today's spacewalk, harkens the thought of Icarus, the son of the master craftsman Daedalus. In the mythological interpretation, Icarus' father asks that he fly neither too high nor too low. The AMS repair work being conducted by Morgan and Parmitano is often compared to the servicing of the Hubble Space Telescope.
Okay, gentlemen, we're tracking that you're on your way to common. Drew, here's a big picture update for you. We're an hour 40 into the EVA. We're essentially on the original timeline of the EVA. Our limiting consumable is MEDOX on you, Drew, at 6:42. So the big picture plan right now is we're just going to leave you at common, Drew, once you get there. We'll wait another 18 minutes until the clock expires on tube 5. We'll have Luca check it. And there's 3 options there. 1, it's good to go. Then we'll just proceed with you going to zenith. 2, if we have a sliver of a leak, then we'll probably go ahead and do 1 more flat and another hour clock. If we have a big leak like we had initially, this would be the 3rd option, then we're going to talk about that, but that might send us direct to a jumper, and that's why we'll hold you at common, Drew, because we might want to bring the arm into the VSB in that case.
I copy all. Sounds like a great plan. Agree, Luke. Give me 2 copies, and sounds like a plan.
Okay. All right. Well, we got 17 minutes left on that clock for number 5.
Andrew, that is position hold at AMS Common, and we copied that we'll be waiting here with you for a little while.
Copy that. Actually, I see the light on the lab. I also see there's a light on it. It looks like from maybe CP8.
Sorry, I heard you talking about the lights, Drew, but were you just pointing it out, or do you want something?
No, don't need anything. I was just, earlier I had said that it was a light from the lab, but we do see there's a light on from the lab and a light on from one of the other CPs out to the port side. No, all was good. No observation.
Yeah, we got a great view of you actually hanging from the arm. To us, it looks like you're hanging from your feet. Yeah, see you waving. Okay, Luca, the clock has not expired yet. We've got 2 minutes to go, but you can open the MLI, but do not touch the VLI yet.
Good motion.
Copy, good motion. Andrew, that's our first maneuver complete. Stand by while we set up for the next.
Copy. So now at this point, you're going to fly to the previous ETA position. Okay. Okay, your all looks correct. Yeah, I'm dressed. I'm on the arm. Feet are locked. Doing good. I'm in a good position.
Okay, so Luca, you're ready to do another leak check for us on number 5. Confirm.
I am in position to do it.
Okay, you can go ahead and prepare the MLI, and just let me double check before we move the VLI. Drew, we need the trash bag and the PGT out of the MLI bag.
Copy. I have the VLI available for check.
Okay, Luca, you can go ahead and do the leak check. Open the VLI without touching the cap.
And TMs here in Mission Control Houston are reporting that leak check is going to come a little early, actually about 17 minutes early. Standing by now for that leak check to begin.
Very carefully. Red. No red. No red. No leak.
Okay, close it quick.
Again, if this inspection shows a leak for the 3rd time, the team is working toward installing a jumper that would work around the leaking connection.
Okay, let us all take a breath down here, and I'll get back to you. You can close up that MLI, Luca, while you're waiting.
Copy. In work.
And no leak has been detected. Crews in Mission Control Houston are reporting that all fittings are good and we can proceed with the spacewalk today.
Is closed and it's covering the current sheet.
Copy, Luca. I'm checking. Stand by.
Standing by.
Luca, back with you, and we are ready to begin our motion. The first will be taking out the GCA that we had put in originally. If you guys are ready.
E3 is ready. All right, and EB1, I'm ready to assist.
Okay, copy. The first motion is going to be a body out motion. It'll be approximately 35 centimeters.
Okay, copy.
And Drew, the clearance you'll be monitoring is Luca to ELC2.
Copy, Luca to ELC2.
And starting motion.
Copy. Lean left. Looking good. Motion and clear clearance.
Copy. Okay, and that's that maneuver. Stand by while I set the next.
Luca, the helmet is making, what's that little clover leaf thing there for contact? Yeah, leaning back. Yeah, okay. Next, I think it's going to be hot slap and shower cap, is that correct?
That's right, Luca.
Right, Christina, for this, I'm going to go take those, the motion body out, body in that we put in. Get out, and we're going to go back to the center of the position. So I would say 20 out, 20 body out, and then body left.
Copy all, and if you'd like all of that body motion, it'll be 30 out. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
And starting motion.
For the wrench, I just installed it in the large OU bag. So it's off my red.
Okay, Drew, or Luca, we copy
And
that.
Luca, Luca, for your motion, it's going to be about 1 meter zenith in direction of your feet.
Okay, copy. And I think I can monitor my own clearance.
Copy, starting motion.
Copy motion. Motion.
Copy.
So I have both wire ties, I have both Micro Sabers. Got a PGT in the upper left corner of the bag, small red, and it has an adjustable on the handle. In the lower left corner I have shower cap on a small red. In the upper right corner I have wire tie caddy with all of its wires still in it. Another small red that is empty. And then in the lower right I have two small reds, one with a trash bag and one with an adjustable, and it has a dowel cutter and the answer on it.
Okay, and the PGT has a 6-inch on it?
It's 6-inch on it.
Okay, it's good inventory, Drew.
Now 4 hours and 35 minutes into the spacewalk today, Andrew Morgan and Luca Parmitano have finished installing a MLI, or a multi-layer insulation tent, underneath the AMS pump system to close out the former debris shield worksite. They also installed a mud flap between the new pump and vertical support beam, or VSB by its acronym. And just now they removed the shower cap, exposing the new radiator, completing the AMS tasks. Drew Morgan and Luca Parmitano are now working to clean up the worksite while the ground crew assesses additional tasks.
Luca, next is a 3-minute JOCAS in course to S1 intermediate.
Copy.
Mission.
That's what I was thinking about. I wanted to hear from you. Thank you.
Drew, how's that sound to you?
Could you give me the pitch when we flip?
Yeah, we'll be looking for Yankee Yankee Delta 12. So Yankee Yankee.
Okay, Yankee Yankee.
And you got a good pitch knob check?
Okay, see nothing left on ELC. I'll get a peek at AMS coming around the corner.
All right, you're on your way. You're leaving it. Say so long. Sweet Liberty.
Feel like we live there. Yeah.
Luca, that's your published APFR configuration maneuver position.
Okay, confirm the this when I egress.
And yes, go back. This is actually your egress position.
Okay.
So if it looks good to you, then let me know and we'll call it GCA complete.
GCA complete.
See?
Hey, lead last look at my WBS.
They're on your go for egress.
Copy. For egress. Wait, do you have WBS?
No, we don't. It is too dark for us to pick anything up. But we trust you. We've got a good inventory. We just wanted that last chance check.
Copy.
All right, we're handing over in 30
You're
seconds.
above the arm.
Okay, Luca. So probably pick up your safety tether would be your next steps for you. And we were going to have you just build, just rebuild a safety tether pack if that works, but you can probably go either way. I'll be back with you in 40 seconds.
Okay. Black on black, good tool test, good switch test.
Okay, Luca. And you got the Foxtrot 3?
And I already have Quebec, and Foxtrot 3 was the first thing I configured. So now I'm going to need to, now I can release the rest, right?
Well, you're going to need to red to it somewhere, wherever you want to, either there or on the whiff extender, your call.
Yeah, no, it's going to have to be on the whiff extender. The medium ORU bag is back in the airlock, and thermal cover's closed again.
Okay. Thanks, Drew. And you check your handles after you came out of the airlock. Luca, for you, you're looking for Alpha 1.
So it's already on Alpha. So what I'm going to do is shrunk you down to 1, I think.
Yep, that's right. Should already be Alpha.
Okay. Alpha. Verify. Yep. And I can confirm it's an Alpha. And now I'm going to wrap this to the width extender. And get ready to be a to it. And do we have any initial pull-in cache on EMS? Are we able to do anything with it yet?
No, nothing really happens till tomorrow at this point, so we won't have any insights until at least tomorrow, maybe longer, from what I understand. But it still has a good heartbeat as far as we know, so we definitely didn't do any damage to it. Okay, Luca, I see you got the bag and you're heading out. So you're going to go to the nadir light first. The zenith light is not ready. We still got another 17 minutes on the countdown clock for the zenith light.
Okay. It worked. Do you have that projected route?
Just straight along face 1, and then let me pull that up.
And Luca, and I'll have a little bit of, I'll be able to see ahead of you and tell you when you need to turn north or south. Okay, cool. So do the nadir one first, so yeah, nadir. CP9. Sure.
Okay, that's helpful, Drew, if you can give him a vector.
You're clear to come back inboard to your green hook, Luca. Okay. We have the green hook.
Copy, Luca.
Rolling through. Man back inboard. Almost over the lab.
All right, we've turned on both cameras just for your SA. They look great. You guys just left one fingerprint on the lens, Drew.
Okay. I'll go wipe it up next. Well, the last pair that did this RTV flaking became my favorite. It's got a couple of EVAs out of them.
Yep, you know how to get the most out of your gloves.
Drew Morgan and Luca Parmitano now in the final stretch of the spacewalk today as they head back to the Quest airlock to begin repressurization.
We'll have the red bag. Luca, where's that stowed? The red bag is stowed on the inside, basically where the MLI was back. Was stowed. Okay. Hey, Drew, I think that's the Amazon down there.
Yep, that would be about right.
Just out the Amazon.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Take some shots of that. Okay, and that means I'm releasing my anchor hook.
All right, copy. Looks like you're all cleaned up outside, ready for you to ingress.
Yeah, so I'm going to look around and everything looks good. Okay, Luca, are you ready for my feet to come in? I am ready. Okay. Let's start on my feet.
The spacewalk today was the 227th spacewalk in support of International Space Station assembly and maintenance, and the third spacewalk from the station this year. It was the 7th spacewalk for NASA astronaut Drew Morgan, bringing his total spacewalk time to 45 hours and 48 minutes, putting him 16th on the all-time spacewalk list. Morgan's 7th spacewalk in a 6-month time span is a record for frequency by a U.S. astronaut, and the spacewalk today is the 9th spacewalk for the Expedition 61 crew, which is more than any other increment in the history of the station. The 9 spacewalks during this increment brings the total time to 61 hours even. The spacewalk today was the 6th for Station Commander Luca Parmitano of the European Space Agency. His career total time now comes to 33 hours and 9 minutes.
Your glove heaters are off.
The spacewalk today was also the 4th and final planned spacewalk in a series to repair the alpha magnetic spectrometer, which lasted 6 hours and 16 minutes. The 220